And we're back here on Coventry United match day with Liam Cook. Halftime score at Sphinx Drive is Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 2. Goals coming from Jordan Nadat and Corey Carivers for the Coleman as we get set for the second half of the first match of 2017. Before we give you a run through of the starting lineups once again, let's take you through the halftime scores from around the grounds in the top four divisions of English football. One final score from the Premier League to bring you, that is Middlesbrough 0, Leicester City 0. The champions just can't seem to get going this season, can they? Into the latest scores now: Everton 0, Southampton 0, Manchester City 0, Burnley 0, Sunderland 1, Liverpool 1, and West Bromwich Albion 0, Hull City 1. There is a late kick-off at the London Stadium between West Ham and Manchester United. That kicks off at 5:15. In the Championship, Birmingham City 1, Brentford 0. Former Sky Blue striker Lukas Djukovic with the goal there. Blackburn and Newcastle drawing 0-0. Bristol City look like they could be getting a rare victory at Ashton Gate. They're beating Reading 1-0. Burton losing at home to Preston. Cardiff 1-0 up at home to Aston Villa. It's scores between Fulham and Brighton, and it's also a blank scoreline between Leeds and Rotherham, I should say. Norwich 1, Derby County 0, Forest 0, Barnsley 0, QPR 1, Ipswich 0, could be a rare win for Ian Holloway's men. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Wolves 0, and Wigan 0, Huddersfield 0. In League 1, there's one final score: Wimbledon 2, Millwall 2. It's the final score from that game. Elsewhere, latest scores: Bury 1, Sheffield United 1, Charlton 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Chesterfield 0, MK Dons 0, and here's the big one: Coventry City 1, Bolton Wanderers 0. The Sky Blues leading at the Ricoh Arena thanks to Marcus Tudguy. Elsewhere, Gillingham 0, Oxford 0, Northampton 1, Bradford 0, Oldham 0, Port Vale 0, Scunthorpe United 1, Peterborough 0, Shrewsbury 0, Fleetwood 1, Swindon 0, Southend 0, and Walsall 0, Rochdale 1. And in League 2, Accrington 0, Hartlepool 0, Barnet 1, Plymouth 0, Blackpool 0, Mansfield 1, Cambridge 1, Notts County 0, Carlisle 1, Grimsby 0, Colchester 1, Cheltenham 0, Crawley 2, Yeovil 0, Doncaster 0, Stevenage 0, Exeter 1, Leyton Orient 0, Morecambe 0, Crewe 0, Portsmouth 1, Luton 0, and Wycombe Wanderers 0, Newport 0. So those are the halftime scores from the top four divisions as the players return to the surface here at Sphinx Drive as we get set for the second half. Today's show, as usual, sponsored by Graham, the plumbers merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. So check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. Here's a recap now of the starting lineups for today's team, starting with Coleshill. 1, Paul Hathaway. 2, Andre Gonzalez. 3, Josh Quainer. 4, Tom Wheel. 5, Thomas Fishwick. 6, Rob Evans. 7, Corey Carivers. 8, Giovanni Dainty. 9, Jordan Nadat. 10, Dean Rathbone. And 11, Mikael Beckley. For Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris. 2 is Pierre Mudim. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Chris Cox. 5, Rob Prinzel. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Tommy Glasgow. 9, Kai Williams. 10, Ben Mackey. And 11, Courtney Cameron. So those are the starting lineups as we get set to go for the second half here at Sphinx Drive. Halftime score: Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 2, thanks to goals from Jordan Nadat and Corey Carivers. And to be fair, it easily could have been more. It has not been the best of starts for the Red and Greens in 2017. Let's hope for United's sake they can turn things around as we get set for the second half. Used to be. Just Coventry United match day. Of course, it will be Coleshill to kick off the second half, as United had that privilege at the start of the game. United in their traditional home kit of red, white and green. Coleshill in their chain strip of white and blue. And as Chris Cox and Ben Mackey try and rally the troops, they'll be hoping for an improvement after a pretty bad first half. Very few chances for United. Ben Mackey's skewed effort the best that they have mustered so far. But as far as Coleshill are concerned, they could have easily been 4 goals up. Let's see what Terry Anderson's half-time team talk has done to the Red and Greens. We can hear the fans in the Willie Nibbs Memorial Stand getting behind their boys as the second half kicks off at Sphinx Drive. United have got some work to do in this next 45 minutes. And already Coleshill have got themselves a throw. Fuck off, United! Of course, we do apologise if you do hear any choice language, but sadly we are at a football match, so we can't quite control that. We try and keep it as PG as we can. So you won't hear any swearing from me unless something really strange happens. And mind you, that does happen from time to time here at Coventry United. Throwing hoofed up line. Carivers nods it up rather than out. United allowing the ball to bounce before Coleman volleys it clear. Wheel nods it forward, looking for Carivers once again. Carivers nods it on. Jordan Nadat, he gets past Coleman, and it's a free kick as Jamie Coleman clips Nadat on the way through, and it could well be a yellow card for Jamie Coleman. But no, referees are not going to take any further action. Of course, Coleman already is going to be expecting a suspension in the next few weeks after a red card against Coventry Sphinx on Boxing Day. And it's going to be Josh Quainer to take this free kick and swing it into the penalty area. There it goes, and it will drift through for a corner kick. Well, the referee was the one who signalled for it. The linesman didn't know which way to give it, but the referee has signalled for the corner. See to take a touch off a United man on the way through. United quite perplexed about that one. Rich Rice even let the ball go past his goal when he could have easily claimed it, believing it was going to be a goal kick. Swung in, Fishwick misses with the header. So back in, and Coleman just able to put the ball out for a corner before it fell to the feet of Jordan Nadat. Coleshill certainly not letting up as they seek a third goal, which would really put the game to bed. And they've got a corner on the far side to be taken by Thomas Wheel. And it goes towards the front post and headed off the line by Jamie Coleman. But the referee calls for a foul. A bit of shirt pulling there from Nadat. Heroic defending there from Coleman, getting the ball off the line when it was very nearly a third goal. It wouldn't have stood, of course, but due to Nadat's indiscretion. Halfway hurriedly gets that ball away from the net. At the other end of the pitch, Moodim nods it into the centre with Kevin Thornton. Now he's forced down there by Giovanni Dainty, the number 8. United had themselves a free kick just inside Coleshill territory. Mackie, dispossessed there by Carivers, long ball forward. Nadat, chest control, takes it onto the right wing. He's got Beckley in front of him, finds Mikael Beckley, formerly of Coventry United. He says run is blocked, and it will go out for a... Well, in fact, it'll be kept in by Rich Morris. And the Red and Greens will look to rebuild from the back. And the second half has begun at the Ricoh Arena, where Coventry City are leading Bolton by 1-0, thanks to Marcus Tudguy. Here's Mackie, and he puts it through to Kai Williams. Williams goes down the edge of the box. Referee says no foul. And Gonzalez makes the clearance only as far as Tommy Glasgow, but Glasgow's control puts him in danger. Cox able to switch the ball over to Ben Vance. It seems as if United are switching now to a traditional 4-4-2 with Cox pushing into the midfield. Cross put in, clear by Evans. So... formation change for Coventry United. No changes in personnel, but it does appear that Chris Cox has switched into the midfield as the corner is put in by Kevin Thornton. Mackie went to try and get a touch on the ball, and it's offside anyway. He did get contact on the ball, but not enough to steer it towards the net. It wouldn't have counted anyway. So 5 minutes into the second half, 40 to go. And the score remains at Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 1, with Nadat and Carivers scoring the goals for the Colemen. Cox gets his head on it onto the left-hand side with Kai Williams. Cox is making the run. Williams goes down, no foul, but United just about retain possession. It's put back into the defence now with Ben Valance. Forward to Cox, clearance made by Evans. Rathbone will try and get his head on that one. He's found Carivers. Forward ball towards Nadat, easily dealt with by the United goalkeeper Rich Morris, with Coleman and Prinzel allowing the ball to just roll back to the United shot stopper. Prinzel. Onto the right now with Pierre Mudim, who suffered a little bit of an injury scare earlier on. Tussle there with Giovanni Dainty. Dainty just wrestled to the ground. Referee amazingly says no foul. It could work in United's favour. The cross by Mudim, caught by Paul Hathaway. But you've got to question the referee there, because that seemed to me as if it was a clear foul. It certainly pleased the United fans behind the dugouts in the Willie Knibbs Memorial Stand, but in terms of the rules of the game, I'm surprised that I didn't hear the referee's whistle there. Prinzel plays it back to Morris, who has to get this one away quickly as Nadat makes inroads towards the goal. He's cleared it now. It's forward to Kevin Thornton, surrounded by white shirts, just able to make his way through. He's dispossessed by Rathbone, but Prinzel clears up the mess and hoops it upfield. Gonzalez. Carivers tries to make his way down the right-hand side and is doing so successfully despite the challenges of the United men. It's put into the box a little too far for Rich Morris. Sorry, a little bit too far for Nadat, I should say, and Morris gathers it. And Courtney Cameron taken out by Dainty. Definite free kick. And the referee this time has found his whistle. And it will be a Coventry United free kick just inside enemy territory. Here's Thornton. Switches it to the right with Courtney Cameron, the former Aston Villa youngster. Will he go on his own, or will he use Mudim? He's put it through to Pierre Mudim. He's blocked by Wheels. He tries to enter the box from the right-hand side. The Common trying to get it away now. It's taking a touch off Chris Cox as the clearance is made. And it will be a throw-in to Coleshill. And there's been a goal at the Hawthorns. West Brom equalise at home to Hull City. The Baggies are now level at 1 apiece against Hull City. Quainer makes the clearance towards Carivers. Lobs it onto the right-hand side. There's no one there at the moment. Rathbone races across to the far side and picks up the loose ball. Good work there from Coleshill's top scorer. Scored 11 times in League and Cup this season. Manages to shrug off Glasgow, and Cox took on the back there of Rathbone. Referee says no foul. Cox finds Kevin Thornton. The referee's been a little bit lenient towards United in this second half. Could have easily blown a couple of times. But Glasgow plays it over to Pierre Mudim. Chips it into the box, and there's no one waiting except the goalkeeper, Paul Hathaway. As the sun sets and the floodlights take over at Sphinx Drive. It's absolutely freezing here in Coventry. Nadat manages to work his way around. Coleman still going. It's Jordan Nadat. Lays it on a plate for Mikael Beckley. Easy as you like. And the former Coventry United man shows the red and greens what they are missing. Jordan Nadat with some fantastic work, rounding Coleman, beating Prinzel, and just literally saying, go on Mikael, have yourself a goal. And it seems as if Rich Morris has got himself into trouble here. The referee wants to have a word, and he is going to book him. It's a yellow card for Rich Morris for what I can only assume is dissent. And it is indeed a yellow card for the United number 1. But the real story here is that Coventry United have suffered a third goal in their net. It's the unwritten law of football. Players always score against their old clubs. And it's no different from Mikael Beckley. It's Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 3. And the 3 points are, as it stands, going to head back to Coleshill. United seem to be going down with a whimper rather than a roar. Evans hoofs it upfield. Rivers just able to keep it with Coleshill despite pressure from Ben Valance. And United have given away a free kick now with Jordan Nadat being clipped by a United man, and Chris Cox certainly not happy with it. And Jamie Coleman is over there speaking to the referee. And the ref is not going to take... he's showing that he's not going to take anything from either set of players with that yellow card for Rich Morris a few seconds ago. Coleman, of course, only recently sent off on Boxing Day thanks to 2 yellow cards against Sphinx. Of course, at this level, it takes a while to register those suspensions, so he's going to be available for the next couple of weeks. But it is going to be a free kick to Coleshill. It's Tom Wheel. Puts it into the area towards Fishwick. Fishwick gets a good header on it, and a clearance made by Tommy Glasgow. Kept alive by Rathbone. And Cox hooks it away towards Ben Mackey. Quainer able to just shrug Big Ben away from the ball. Wheel towards the right, looking for Rivers, but Valance able to make the interception, nods it forward towards Kai Williams. Surging run from Williams, and he's brought to the ground. He couldn't take the ball with him though, so the referee has allowed play on. Nadat wrestling with Tommy Glasgow for the ball there. United come out on top. Cox is ball towards Glasgow, easy intercepted. Chip ball towards Mikael Beckley, and luckily United had Rich Morris between the sticks racing off his line to gather that ball. And it could easily have been 4. This has got to be the worst possible start to the new year for Coventry United. As Morris once again picks up the ball in his box after a failed long ball attempt from Coleshill. Here's Rob Prinzel. Stabs it over to the right hand side with Courtney Cameron. Cox tries to chip it towards the left hand side, only as far as Andre Gonzalez, and that will go straight back to halfway in goal. United just seem to run out of ideas at the moment. They've already changed the formation to 4-4-2. With Cox pushing into the midfield, it just doesn't seem to be clicking at the moment. Something's missing. And of course, they are without their top scorer, Josh O'Grady. But could we be seeing another 4-0 scoreline? United losing by 4-0 at Pack Meadow in August. And it's perfectly possible we could see another 4-0 at Sphinx Drive. And you've got to say, it wouldn't be an unfair scoreline. Wheel. Rathbone. Nadat, can he turn up? Jamie Coleman again. He's taken out from behind by Chris Cox. And it's in a fantastic area, this free kick, right on the edge of the penalty area. And there's been a goal at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City take the lead at home to Burnley. 10-man Manchester City, I must say as well, because Fernandinho was sent off after half an hour. But a very unlikely source, Gael Clichy, the left-back, has scored for Manchester City. Brentford have also equalised away at Birmingham. And Ipswich level at Loftus Road against QPR as well. Coventry City still leading 1-0 at home to Bolton as we get set for this free kick. Quainer standing over it, Wheel in there as well, as is Andre Gonzalez. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Quainer, and it's blocked by a United man. Return to Rathbone. Valance able to get his head on it. Glasgow. Now Pierre Moodham striding down the right, but he's cut out by Mikael Beckley. But Moodham gets the ball back once again. Here come United. He's running out of options here as Fishwick blocks any potential passing routes for Moodham. It's gone out for a United throw, which they've taken relatively quickly. Cox searching for Cameron. It's found Courtney Cameron. And it will go out for a Coleshill throw. Cameron had nowhere to go there. It's just been very poor first and second half of United. It just seems as if this isn't the same team that ended 2016. Evans. And his long ball drifts harmlessly out of play on the halfway line, and Coventry United had themselves a throw-in, which I'll take a little bit further up than they should have done. Throw towards Mackie. Evans brings it back and around Kai Williams. Powerful long ball drifts out of play before it can reach Nadat, and it will be a Coventry United throw well into their own half. And that is not where they want to be right now. Glasgow. To the left now with Kai Williams. Cutting into the centre now is Williams, surrounded by white shirts. Will he get through? No, he won't. At the last minute, Coleshill just nicked the ball away from the United number 9. Rivers, can he put the ball through to Beckley? Well, he might have done, but loses the ball and gives away the free kick as well. And United start again quickly with Kevin Thornton. Half an hour to play here at Sphinx Drive. Coventry United 0, Coleshill Town 3 is the current score. And the ball from Thornton takes a touch off the referee, but still finds Ben Mackie. Thornton shrugs off Dainty. It's found Chris Cox now as he runs over the ball rather than taking it with him. Glasgow able to find Pierre Meadham on the right hand side. What can the right back do here? Puts in the cross towards Williams and Ben Mackie! Is it game on? Who knows? But Coventry United are on the scoreboard. It is Ben Mackie with the goal. Meadham's cross. Williams got a touch in it but couldn't divert it towards goal. And Mackie with the easiest finish that he could hope for. Smashing it into the roof of the net. Past Paul Hathaway. And it's 3-1. I believe that's Mackie's 7th goal in League and Cup this season. And takes him level with Kevin Thornton in 3rd place behind Kai Williams and Josh O'Grady. But Big Ben, who got the winning goal against Sphinx on Boxing Day, has he found his groove? It certainly wasn't the highest of finishes, but they all count. Evans, long ball from the back towards Nadat. Prinzel able to hold him off, and Coleman makes the clearance. Quainer, Beckley tries to flick it on towards Nadat, easily dealt with by Messrs Glasgow and Prinzel. Back to Morrison, who'll hoof that one away from danger. Mackie, good control. Cox to Meadham. Courtney Cameron. This is more like it from Coventry United. Much better. Pierre Meadham stabs it through towards Kai Williams. Quainer couldn't deal with it. It's Courtney Cameron. Takes it around. Quainer lays it off. Kevin Thornton. Will he strike one? He's forced away from goal. Thornton still in possession. Glasgow. Forward to Mackie. He's got to turn and have a go here. He lays it off to Ben Valence on the left. It's still alive for Coventry United here. Tommy Glasgow down line. Williams. Vance gets it in, stabbed away, and Rathbone can end the danger now for Coleshill. Here's Jordan Nadat, holds the ball up well, waiting for options. It's back into the midfield now with Rathbone. Nadat's making a run down the right hand side. He's taken out by Valence. Referee says no foul. Thornton chips it into the area towards Ben Mackie. Good chest control. He's taken off the ball by Evans. Evans goes to ground. The referee says free kick. But United seem to be having a personality transplant here. In the space of 5 minutes, they've gone from looking dead and buried to looking like they can really go after this game and just go and try and get a point. A massive change for the Red and Greens. Just shows what one goal can do to your confidence. And they've still got 27 minutes to go of normal time. They've still got time to go and get an equalising goal. We've seen stranger things. And it's Coleshill's job now to try and calm this game down. Meadham hooks it over. Mikael Beckley now. Courtney Cameron. Quainer does well to win the ball back. Quainer forced down by Courtney Cameron as he tries to regain the ball. Referee says no foul, rightly so. And it will be back with Rich Morris, the Coventry United goalkeeper. It remains 1-0 to Coventry City at the Ricoh Arena, leading 3rd place Bolton Wanderers by 1-0 thanks to Marcus Tudguy's goal in the first half as Paul Hathaway picks up the ball. Andre Gonzalez. Well, lofted pass down the right wing, no one there. And once again it will fall to Rich Morris between the six for Coventry United. 25 minutes remaining. The score is Coventry United 1, Coleshill Town 3. And since that Ben Mackey goal from close range, United seem to have perked up a little bit. But will it be enough to stop the Coleman from taking 3 points when this is the first game of 2017? United, of course, without their top scorer, Josh O'Grady. Halfway's clearance, nodded on by Carivers, and here's Jordan Nadat just beaten to the ball by Rob Prinzel, and Nadat lashes out a little bit there at Rob Prinzel after losing the ball. I don't think the referee saw it. There's still an opportunity with Rathbone. Gets the cross in towards Nadat, couldn't get clean contact of the ball, couldn't control it, so it's cleared eventually by United now with Kevin Thornton. Valance, down line, looking for Williams, he's beaten to the ball by Gonzalez. Here's Rathbone, puts it into the box. Nadat wasn't expecting it, and it will drift harmlessly towards Morris. We're just under halfway through the second half at Sphinx Drive. Here's Thornton, and Cox slipped, and that will allow Coleshill to win the ball back. Here's Mikel Beckley striding through the United defence. Easy, but just about caught by Cox. And Kai Williams taken out from behind by Thomas Wheel. Referee says no. Nadat picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Going to go on his own here. Tripped by Pierre Moudim. Foul against the right back, and it will be a free kick on the left-hand side of the penalty area for Coleshill. Well, goal number 4 would put this game beyond doubt once again. And there's a penalty at the Ricoh Arena, and it's against Coventry City. Handball against Ryan Haynes. We'll let you know what happens there as it's put in the free kick, and it's a side by Ben Vance that puts it out of play for a corner. So there is a penalty at the Ricoh Arena, a handball from Ryan Haynes. In fact, now we're having a look at the official Coventry City Twitter feed. It's actually Haynes who pulled down Gary Medine. As a lucky break there for Coventry, as the ball was put into the penalty area and just scrambled away. And it's a goal. It's 1-1 at the Ricoh Arena. Zach Clough sends Lee Birch the wrong way from 12 yards. It's Coventry 1, Bolton 1 at the Ricoh. Wheels corner. It falls to Dean Rathbone. In fact, no, let it go for Carivers, the scorer of the second goal, swings it in. And here's Giovanni Dainty, and a crucial challenge from Chris Cox. Denies Dainty. What would have been a cracking opportunity at a fourth goal. Coleshill regain possession in the midfield. Here's Mikel Beckley, formerly of Coventry United, of course. Nadat leaves it for Josh Quainer. Swings it in towards the far post. Prinzel nods it away. And free kick Coventry United. As I believe it was Dainty with a little bit of pulling on Rob Prinzel there. Kevin Thornton. Now Chris Cox. Pitch of Sphinx Drive being churned up a little bit here. Cameron loses out. Gonzalez's long ball towards Beckley, well cut out by Rob Prinzel. Now Kyle Williams, who hasn't really got into the game in the second half, strides down the right hand side under pressure from Quainer. Good challenge from the left back, puts it out for a corner kick. And it looks like there could well be a change for Coleshill Town. As we can see, one of the Coleshill players warming up next to the manager. And the substitute board prepared as well. Before that, it will be a United corner to be taken by, I believe it's Courtney Cameron. In it goes, easy headed away by Carivers. And the ball onto the left-hand side, drifts out of play. Coventry United throw inside their own half. Jamie Coleman races over to take it. But he'll have to wait a second as there's going to be a change for Coleshill. And it's Dean Rathbone, the top scorer, coming off. So Rathbone makes way. And coming on is Dale Taylor. So the first change of the match sees Dale Taylor come on for Dean Rathbone. As Coleshill just look to consolidate this 3-1 lead, and now Chris Cox taking out Giovanni Dainty, and it will be a free kick halfway into their own half for Coleshill. 25 minutes gone in this second half, 20 minutes remaining, and there's 10 minutes to go until we are going to name our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match. Let us know who you think it should be on Twitter at Cov Matchday. It could be a player from either side. So let us know who you think should be the Man of the Match for today's game on Twitter at Cov Matchday. As Hathaway gets set to take this free kick. Blasts it into United's half. Prinzel heads it away. Only as far as Quainer, but Prinzel once again gets his head on it and clears the ball. Here's Cox. Lofted ball looking for Kai Williams. If anyone can reach that one, it's Williams. He'll just keep it in on the right-hand side. And Williams shrugged off the ball there by Fishwick. Long ball over the defence now. Here's Jordan Nadat. This time Coleman gets the better of the number 9 and plays it back to Rich Morris, who returns it to Coleman. Jamie Coleman sprinting away from Nadat. Onto the left now with Courtney Cameron. United's surge seems to have slowed down a little bit, but they're still looking capable of finding that second goal. You find that second goal, it's just one more until the equaliser. It can happen. They need to act quickly as they give away another free kick. This time Glasgow going in from behind on the Coleshill man. Rather harmlessly, but the referee sees it as enough to give a free kick. Free kick put towards the penalty area. Doesn't find Beckley. Prinzel, now Glasgow. And there has been a goal at the Ricoh Arena. And Coventry regained their lead. A debut goal for Stuart Bevan. The former Burton striker scores for Coventry City. It's 2-1 to Coventry at the Ricoh Arena. What a way to introduce yourself to the Sky Blues faithful. Stuart Bevan on his debut just a couple of days after signing for the Sky Blues in a swap deal for Marvin Sordell. Even the Burton fans said that City had the better end of that deal, and he's proved it, hasn't he? Sordell have only 7 goals for City in over 20 appearances. Bevan's already got a ratio of 1 goal a game. But here comes Carivers, who strikes one. It drifts one at the far post, and wasted opportunity there for Coleshill Town. Could have made it 4. But with just under 15 minutes to go, it remains 3-1 to Coleshill, and time is running out for Coventry United. And as Rich Morris takes the goal kick, the referee has called a halt to play as Corey Carivers is down on the right-hand side of the penalty area. And there may well have to be another change, as well, in fact, no, the referee said that Carivers does not require any immediate attention. And the midfielder's back on his feet and should be okay to get going again. Let's get some score updates now from elsewhere. We know that Coventry City are back in front against Bolton. There's been a couple of goals in the Premier League. Manchester City 2, Burnley 1. Sunderland 1, Liverpool 2. Liverpool back in front at the Stadium of Light. And West Brom have well and truly turned it around at the Hawthorns. They're now leading Hull City by 3 goals to 1 after falling 1-0 down. And we're still waiting for the game to recommence. And there are 2 changes ready. And Muzzy and Duna is going to come on for Coventry United, but it's going to be Carivers to come off for Coleshill. And coming on is going to be the number 12, Kervin Ellis. And Courtney Cameron makes way for Muzzy and Duna in the Coventry United teams. That's the first change that Tara Inson has made today. It is the long-time United servant Muzzy and Duna coming on for Courtney Cameron, of course, on loan. Quainer upfield. Here's Ellis with his first touch. And he's forced out of play by Pierre Moodham. Good work there from the fullback. But there is less than 15 minutes to go now, so United are running out of time to get back into this one. And Coleshill are in no rush to take this throw. Here's Ellis. Quainer over to Beckley. Good chance from Pierre Moodham. Puts it upfield, but Evans returns that one where it came from. But United with a free kick now as Nadat with a legal challenge there on Jamie Coleman, and Coleman's holding his ankle. And the United players having a word with the referee explaining what happened. And the referee telling Coleman to get on his feet, which the centre back has duly complied with. So you've got 5 minutes to let us know who you think should be our Coventry United Matchday man of the match. Let us know on Twitter at CovMatchday. And it will be a United ball. As Coleman was bundled to the ground there by Thomas Wheel. I think the referee's actually given a free kick. He has indeed. He has given a free kick. As Wheel pushed Williams to the floor. It would have been a United throw anyway, but now it's going to be a free kick. It's taken quickly. Here's Kevin Thornton. Glasgow onto the right once again with Chris Cox, who's moved from defence to midfield recently. Hooked away by Fishwick. But the referee has called play to a halt for an apparent infringement from, I thought it was Kai Williams, but the referee has called play to a halt. It will be a free kick. It's still 2-1 at the Ricoh Arena with just over 10 minutes to go. With the Sky Blues leading third place Bolton Wanderers by 2 goals to 1. I wish it was 3-1, but it's still 2-1 to Coventry. It is 3-1 here at Sphinx Drive, not in the favour of one of our teams, unfortunately. Coleshill winning by 3 goals to 1. Coleman blasts that one away, looking for Ben Mackey. Evans should deal with this one. And he does, he nods it back to Paul Hathaway. The Coleshill goalkeeper. Coleshill have made 2 changes now with Rathbone coming off earlier on in the match, and Carivers also replaced. Well, United brought Courtney Cameron off just a few minutes ago. He was replaced by Muzzy and Duna. Evans hooks it up rather than out. Gonzalez just keeps it in. Coleman keeps it away from Nadat. But here come Coleshill once again. Here's Kervin Ellis. Ellis as well to shrug off multiple challenges and finds Mikael Beckley just about. Moodham tried to take it away from the ex-United man. Dainty. Bit of a shoulder barge there from Cox. Does the trick as Moodham takes it away. Bounces towards Mackey, but Wheel able to put it back into the fence with, well, it would have been Evans, but luckily Hathaway was there as Williams was making a nuisance of himself. And here come Coleshill striding down the left-hand side was Thomas Wheel, and a nasty challenge there. It seems as if that Cox got the ball. It seemed to get the man as well. And the referee has called Cox over, and it could well be a yellow card here. Cox did get the ball, but he also got Wheel just about. And it will be a yellow card. Well, Wheel seems okay. Well, here's a booking for Chris Cox. Wheel's having a little bit of treatment, but should be okay to continue. Cox did get the ball there, but unfortunately for the skipper, he did get a piece of Tom Wheel as well. Hence why the referee has penalised the United skipper, yellow card. Maybe a little bit too much, but of course it's the referee's game. And with 10 minutes to go, we're going to name our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match. And who else can give it to, really? A goal and an assist for number 9, Jordan Nadat of Coleshill Town. Well, Wheels picked himself up, still looks a little bit of discomfort holding his left arm. But Quain's going to take this free kick, so we get back underway at Sphinx Drive with just over 10 minutes to go. It's put into the area. Morris punches, not a very convincing punch though. Luckily for United, Glasgow gets it away from the Dat. Ball up line, kept in by Andre Gonzalez. It's Gonzalez again. Hooks it into the penalty area towards Kervin Ellis. Misses with the header, but the ball's still alive here for Coleshill. That is until Rob Prinzel is able to make the clears, but only as far as Tom Wheel, who's looking a little bit better than he was a few minutes ago, let's say that. Quainer onto the left now with Mikael Beckley. Looks for Ellis. Coleman makes the clearance. Wheel once again. He's got Quainer with him. A lovely cheeky bit of skill there from Tom Wheel to find Josh Quainer. That's going on the highlight reel. Ellis. And it's just wide from Jordan Nadat at the near post. As Coleshill look to put this game beyond all doubts with less than 10 minutes to go, it's unlikely that we'll see a United equaliser. It's not out of the question. But as time ticks on, Coleshill's win looks a little bit more certain. Valence. And Duna taking that from behind there. Free kick Coventry United as Andre Gonzalez with the challenge. An opportunity now for United to try and grab themselves a second goal. United get one here. It will certainly be a grandstand finish. And as we enter the final 8 minutes at the Ricoh Arena, it remains at 1-0 to Coventry City as the free kick is swung in and blocked easily by Evans. Moodham retrieves the ball in the centre circle, and Duna caught off guard, and Wheel puts one forward looking for Mikael Beckley. Won't get past Valence, but Wheel tries an ambitious effort from the halfway line. He saw Morris off his line, but it doesn't take Morris that long to backtrack, and he'll grab the ball before it can cause any immediate danger. Valence's ball up line looking for Kai Williams. It will drift out of play, and this doesn't seem to be going United's way at the moment. That's a bit of confidence they had after their first goal seems to have just shriveled up a little bit. Of course, they've still got an opportunity with 7 minutes to go. A little bit of injury time as well, probably about 2 or 3 minutes of injury time. And, well, things have got a little bit worse now for Coventry United as Rich Morris has done himself an injury. And the United trainer has been called over, and Morris is holding his left leg. Of course, United do have one change left. They do have Joe Connor on the bench as well. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if Morris got injured, but the last thing United want right now is to lose their number one. Some pretty tough games coming up in the next few weeks.
They get a stretcher for him, but they ain't got one strong enough.
He is a big man, Richard Morris. I don't know whether we've got any bodybuilders here to help carry the stretcher off the pitch if it's needed, but hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully Rich will be able to continue the game. And it's still 2-1 to Coventry City at the Ricoh Arena. I keep reading it out and I keep looking because it just doesn't seem real. I mean, City haven't won in nearly 3 months. The suspense is killing me here. I'm supposed to be watching this game between United and Coleshill, but I'm just willing the Sky Blues to win this game. And there is going to be a change here as Rich Morris is helped off the field and Joe Connor is going to come on. That robs United of what could have been their final throw of the dice to try and get something out of this game. But as Morris is helped off the field, he's going to be replaced by A man who still claims he's United's retired goalkeeping coach, but has made 5 appearances this season. Make that 6 now. So Joe Connor is set to replace United's number 1, Rich Morris, between the sticks. Looks like being retired. I think Connor's seen more action for United this season than in any previous campaign with the Red and Greens. But with 5 minutes of normal time remaining, that will undoubtedly be increased by a few minutes of injury time. Things are not looking good for United. They've had their number 1 taken off with injury. And they are still trailing Coleshill by 3 goals to 1. As Valence puts that out of play for a throw-in on the far side. New ball required. As United are trying to hurry this up. Coleshill under no illusions that they've got time on their side. And there's been another goal in the Premier League. Sunderland equalise at the Stadium of Light. It's 2-2 between Sunderland and Liverpool, and Everton with 2 quick-fire goals to lead Southampton by 2 goals to 0. Coleshill in the corner now for Coventry United. Going to get the cross in here. It's swung in, blocked with the head of Jamie Coleman. Now that races over to try and retrieve the ball. Here's Mikael Beckley. Will he try on himself? Yes, he will. It's deflected out of the head of Jamie Coleman for a Coleshill corner that was going to cause United some considerable danger there. F. Coleman didn't get his bonce on that. But luckily for the Red and Green, United's experienced centre-back able to deflect it around the post. Swung in, head away, and Thornton will bring this one away for Coventry United now. He's got Mackie up line, he finds Mackie, back to Thornton, back to Mackie, and Duna with space on the right hand side. Mackie's long ball finds Muzzy and Duna, he's got Moodin behind him making a run. Muzzy and Duna, he sees Moodin and tries to play in Kai Williams instead. Kai Williams in the area, surrounded by white shirts, lays it up to Pierre Moodin, cross is made, and it's not just across goal, it's across the crossbar, it's across the advertising board, it's across the next field. And that will be a goal kick to Coleshill. A neat little move there for Coventry United. The end product wasn't quite there. And like the previous encounter between these two sides in August at Pack Meadow, there has been 4 goals in this game. It has been relatively the same performance really compared to that game, with Coleshill on top for large periods of the game. No doubt the better side, no doubt deserving the victory if they hold on. But United showing a little bit of fight in the second half and grabbing that goal with Ben Mackie. Moodin wins it back for Coventry United. Down line to Muzzy and Duna. He's got Moodin next to him making the run, and that was going to be a Coventry United throw despite the requests of the Coleshill management. Well, we've got 1 minute of normal time to go. There will be, I'm thinking, at least 4 added minutes. And what a chance now for Coleshill as Ellis was trying to stride into the penalty area, and Jamie Coleman with a fantastic side challenge. Muzzy and Duna holds off Dainty. Moodin deflected back to Nduna, but Dainty wins it back. Down line, Mikael Beckley will let that one go for a Coleshill throw. Dale Taylor now, Mikael Beckley on the edge of the area. Taylor still with him. Tries to make his way past the 3 United defenders. Even Mikael Beckley couldn't quite finish off that one. Thornton. Now he's off for Valence. Through ball looking for Kai Williams. A touch ambitious. And Evans will play it back to Hathaway, who stabs it back to Evans. And Williams going straight into the goalkeeper there. And a little bit of a push there between Williams and Hathaway. The play continues, and they've got to try and get this win out of United, and Rob Prinzel just able to slide in and prevent Ellis from diverting the ball towards goal in the penalty area. Cox Onto the right now with Muzzy and Duna. Mudim making the overlapping run. And Duna goes himself, cuts in. Still going Muzzy and Duna, still going. Forward to Kai Williams, back to Nduna. Mackey's making the run. It's still Nduna, tries the shot on his own. It's blocked. Williams, that shot's blocked as well. It's now got to Pierre Mudim. And it's cleared by Fishwick out for a corner. Well, United are getting stuck in now, but it might be just too late. As normal time is over, we'll have 4 or 5 minutes of injury time. So if United get a goal from this set piece, this corner, they may have a chance. But they need to hit quick, and they need to hit hard. Thornton's corner towards the far post, towards Coleman. Nduna tries to bring it down. It's out of the area now. Chris Cox will try and keep it alive for Coventry United. Can he get the cross in from the left-hand side? Cross is made, and Williams tries to get a touch in it. He goes to the ground, and it's gathered by Paul Hathaway in goal. Hathaway clears towards Ellis. Prinzel heads it up, and over to Ben Valance. Valance tries to spin his way through Mikael Beckley, but Beckley takes out his former teammate. There's a free kick to Coventry United. Coleman takes it over to Muzzy and Duna. And the score update from the Ricoh Arena, it's still 2-1 Coventry City. They're hanging on the Sky Blues. It will be their first win in nearly 3 months. And Fishwick able to just put the ball past his own goal as Williams was waiting in the centre. And it is going to be a corner to Coventry United, taken quickly by Kai Williams. Thornton swings it in towards Chris Cox. And Dainty with a crucial header away. It's still alive with Mudim on the right-hand side. He skews that cross horribly. And it will go out for a goal kick. And that sums up United's game, really. It just hasn't quite been there for them. There's been spells in the second half where they look like they might get something if they could get another goal. But it just hasn't worked out for them. Coleshill have been by far the better team. And it is going to be Hathaway to take this goal kick. We've already had 2 minutes of injury time. Ellis shrugs it over to Coleman. Nduna tries to bring it back to Coventry United. Ellis forced down by Nduna, free kick. And Cole's just saying, relax, they've got the win in the bag. It does look like they have got the win in the bag. There is going to be a final change. And the Coleshill manager Simon Lyons making the change, and it is going to be Mikael Beckley to come off. Well, the referee is not allowing the change, and United will play on. And Nduna tries to pick up the loose ball on the right, and that will be a United ball, will it? Yes, it will. And eventually Simon Lyons' requests to bring on the substitutes have been recognised, and Mikael Beckley comes off. So Beckley comes off, and coming on is the number 15. If I get my sheet out, it's Matthew Gasper. So Gasper comes on for Mikael Beckley. And it's wasted valuable time for Coventry United. There was no real time wasting used by Beckley as he made his way off the field, but it still wasted precious seconds. We've had 3.5 minutes of injury time. There surely won't be that much more. I'd say there were 90 seconds at most. Prinzel chip ball towards the left-hand side. Just kept in by Ben Valance, but it's all going to be to no avail for United. It's not going to mean anything. They're 3-1 down with a minute to go. And really, they can't have any complaints. It's been a bad start to 2017. Hope for better things at the next game. And Mudim has to take the throw in a bit closer to the halfway line than he intended. Mudim to Nduna. Just keeps it in. Now Mudim, Thornton. United forced back into their own half. Thornton just able to sidestep Dale Taylor. Gasper makes the interception at the back, and he's taken out by Nduna. Referee says play on. It was a foul. He's going to give Coleshill the advantage, but they didn't use it. A long ball from the back, easy gathered by Paul Hathaway, and that should be all she wrote with another 10 seconds until the referee should be blowing his whistle. Well, he's blowing it a little bit early then, but Coventry United would have certainly hoped for better than that at the start of 2017. A bad performance, it just didn't work out for United today. Coleshill, much the better team. 3 well-crafted goals, could have easily been more for Coleshill. But at the end of the day, Terry Anson and his team could have no complaints. They were simply outplayed today. And the final score at Sphinx Drive, Coventry United 1, Coleshill Town 3. Well, that will do us here at Sphinx Drive. Before we go, however, let's tell you about the next match for Coventry United. Of course, the match against Westfields was supposed to be played last Friday. That's now been rescheduled. We'll let you know as soon as we know what's happening with that game. When we get the update, we'll try and get some info from United as to when that game will be played. But if you want to catch Coventry United in action next Saturday, you can, right here on Coventry United Matchday, with live coverage of the game between Highgate United and Coventry United. It would really mean a lot to us if you could join us for that match live on YouTube with Coventry United Matchday. So that's Highgate United versus Coventry United next Saturday. Live coverage will start at 2:45 in the afternoon, and that is at Ty Bam Lane in Shirley, Solihull. So if you can go to the game, then do try and make the trip over to Solihull if you can. But of course, if you can't make your way to the game, then join us right here on Coventry United Matchday with Liam Cook for live coverage of Highgate versus Coventry United. Let's take you through the final scores now from the... there's been a goal at the Ricoh Arena. Coventry City 2, Bolton Wanderers 2. It was too good to be true, wasn't it? It was too good to be true. But the wait for a win goes on. It's a good point against Bolton, but for the second time in 3 days, the Sky Blues denied a win in injury time. Absolutely gutted. And to be fair, it just sums this day up, doesn't it? It really sums this day up. Let's take you through the final scores now from around the grounds. Some of these games haven't finished yet. Here's one final score from the Premier League. Middlesbrough 0, Leicester 0. Latest score at Goodison Park, Everton 3, Southampton 0, Manchester City 2, Burnley 1. That's a latest score. Sunderland 2, Liverpool 2. That's a final score from the Stadium of Light. West Brom turned it around against Hull to win 3-1 at the Hawthorns. In the Championship, Birmingham 1, Brentford 3, that's our latest score. Blackburn 1, Newcastle 0, that's a final score. Bristol City 2, Reading 3, Reading turned it around at Ashton Gate, that's the latest score. Burton losing 1-0 at home to Preston, that game's still going on. Cardiff 1, Aston Villa 0, was a final score. Fulham 1, Brighton 2, that game hasn't finished yet. These next 4 games are all final scores. Leeds 3, Rotherham 0, Norwich 3, Derby 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Barnsley 1, and QPR 2, Ipswich 1. It's currently 0-0 between Sheffield Wednesday and Wolves at Hillsborough, and Huddersfield have beaten Wigan 1-0 at the DW Stadium. 2 final scores in League 1, AFC Wimbledon 2, Millwall 2, Bury 1, Sheffield United 3, Chesterfield 0, MK Dons 0, Scunthorpe 1, Peterborough 1, Shrewsbury 0, Fleetwood 1, and Walsall 0, Rochdale 2. They are all final scores. As is this one we're going to tell you about now. Coventry City 2, Bolton 2. It's finished at the Ricoh Arena. Still no win for Russell Slade, but it's a second point out of 3 games for the Sky Blues under their new manager, and a debut goal for Stuart Bevan as well. But disappointing there for Coventry not to take the 3 points when they led into injury time at the Ricoh. For the second time in 3 days, they're denied by a last gasp goal. 2 other latest scores in League 1, Gillingham 0, Oxford 1, and Oldham 0, Port Vale 0. Let's say for the final scores in League 2, Accrington 2, Hartlepool 2, Barnet 1, Plymouth 0, Blackpool 0, Mansfield 1, Cambridge 4, Notts County 0, Carlisle 1, Grimsby 3, Colchester 2, Cheltenham 0, Exeter 4, Leyton Orient 0, Morecambe 0, Crewe Alexandra 0. Those are the full-time scores, and there's 4 latest scores to tell you about. Crawley 2, Yeovil 0, Doncaster 1, Stevenage 0, Portsmouth 1, Luton 0, and Wycombe 2, Newport 1. So there you have it. That is the first edition of Coventry United Matchday done and dusted of 2017. Sadly for the Red and Green Army, it wasn't the result they wanted. It certainly wasn't the performance they wanted. Outplayed on the day by a very strong Coleshill Town side. The final score from Sphinx Drive: Coventry United 1. Coleshill Town 3. We'll see you on Saturday as United look to get their first points of the new year as they travel to Highgate United. I hope you can join us in Solihull for that game. Live coverage from 2:45 p.m. from Ty Bam Lane Stadium. But until then, thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast of this match in the Midland League Premier Division. You can catch exclusive video highlights of this match tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to Coventry United Matchday. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on Saturday as United travel to Highgate. Bye bye everyone, and of course, Happy New Year.